Hey, Matt.
Hey, Brian.
I bet you're wondering why I called you out here today.
I am.
Well, I got something special for you today.
Oh, man.
I've not divulged this to you at all.
I have no idea what it is.
I'd like you to tell everybody else what this is.
It is a box from Dynamic Discs.
It is a box from Dynamic Discs, but what's inside?
I bet you.
What's in the box?
I bet you there's a disc.
It's something.
It is a proto disc.
It is a proto disc. It's got the proto stamp on it.
Oh, man.
Can you guess what it is?
Well, I looked at the back now.
And what's it say?
It is an EMac Judge.
So you're telling me they came out with a special new Judge for EMac?
Apparently so.
Let's get into the review.
All right.
What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was awesome to get to throw this disc. I really liked it. It flew very neutral. Pretty much whatever kind of line you put it on, it just flew that line. Tons of glide on it, it seemed like, and it just went a long ways for me, and right where I was trying to throw it. So I had a lot of fun throwing this. Really excited to get this in people's hands.
Yeah, and I actually like it a lot better than the actual Judge because of this micro bead on here. It's almost non-existent, and you really feel it. That was always my issue with the Judge, was that the bead didn't feel good in the hand. I mean, it was really an issue where it was not something that I was comfortable with.
And I'm the same way. I don't like a big bead on my putters or my mid-ranges. And so this being an option out there, I really enjoyed it. And like you said, it's hard to notice that micro bead.
Yeah, and as far as putting goes with this disc, I absolutely loved it for putting. I thought that it had a decent enough amount of glide for me. And I was really surprised because some of those shots that I actually had one that went up a little high upper right, but the plastic just gripped those chains now. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like this plastic. I normally putt with a pretty soft plastic, and especially this first plastic. It just, like you said, on your putt, it just caught the chains and just pulled it right in there. For myself, I generally putt with a pretty understable putter and throw it flat. But you can really see that at slower speeds, this does have some stability to it. If you're a hyzer putter, or you really like the disc to kind of cut into the left at the end as a right-handed putter, this putter was definitely doing that. You could definitely see it diving right into the chains at the end of the flight.
All right, guys, so that's what we thought of it. Let's go to the profile and we'll show you how we threw it.
Looking at this brand new EMac Judge, the first thing that you really notice of difference is the bead. The EMac has a much smaller bead than the regular Judge. So that's definitely going to affect the flight of the disc. For those that obviously don't like a big bead, the EMac definitely looks like it's going to be something that you're going to want to look into. Just looking at the dome on it, they look pretty similar between the two. Maybe the EMac is just a little bit flatter, but overall, very similar, except definitely the bead is a huge difference between these. So we'll see how it flies. The EMac Judge thrown on a hyzer, it's not very overstable, but it's definitely overstable. It held that hyzer line the whole way, but it still had glide and pushed forward a real long ways. It definitely went further than I was expecting and got that glide and a nice little skip down at the end.
When I threw the EMac Judge on a hyzer release, it did hold that line the entire way. Stayed pretty much like a pushing hyzer to me. And it was really nice to actually get about 200 feet worth of distance out of it.
Thrown flat with just a little bit of hyzer, the Judge ended up flying pretty straight. Once again, you can see it pushing forward quite a bit and just getting lots of glide, tons of glide, as we have just a little bit of a downhill shot here, but overall just perfectly stable so far.
On a flat release, the EMac Judge rode nice and straight. Went about 197, but very controllable and went right where I pointed it.
Once again, thrown on a more extreme anhyzer, it just held that angle. There wasn't any of the disc coming out of it. It's not a stupid overstable disc, so it really looks like it's going to hold up on the anhyzer line.
When I released the EMac Judge on an anhyzer line, it was actually really nice, stayed glidey along the line that I put it on, and came to flat there at the end. It was really nice to see the disc actually go out to about 227, which is my longest throw of a putter today. All right, guys, and that's how we threw the EMac Judge in that classic burst plastic. The prototype's real nice. I love it. Absolutely love it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. We love hearing from you. And remember to share it, guys. That's how we get out there and we grow the sport. So that's going to do it for us. So until next week, keep banging those chains.